Whether you are an old Yakuza fan or a new one, you probably heard of the Daidoji faction with the latest change that happened in the Yakuza 3 story that people didn't really liked. But how the Daidoji started at the first place and what is it and how it changed the Yakuza series forever. I'm gonna explain that in this video. So before we talk about the games that the Daidoji is involved in, who are they at the first place? Unlike groups like the Dojo Clan or the Omi Alliance, the Daidoji aren't a traditional Yakuza family, they are a secret political organization made up of powerful figures who influence over the Japanese government. And it was originally formed after World War II by Minaru Daidoji. And their goal is to basically to maintain power, so they do things legally or illegally or anything, they use agents or whatever. Does not really matter. So let's get to the games they was in. So the first game is Yakuza 6, and while Kiryu was doing the normal Yakuza things, to be honest it wasn't, he was like uncovering Haruka stuff. But anyways, he uncovers the secret of Onomichi battleship. And this is a major secret tied to the Daidoji, and once it's exposed, they move quickly to contain the situation. So after the Iwami fights and Kiryu getting beat up badly, but he also beat Iwami. But anyways, Kiryu ends up making the deal with them. Basically, they came to him after the fight. He told them, take this money and shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? But Kiryu was like, no. And Kiryu's not that dumb. He knows that if he continue living a normal life, the orphanage is gonna get, attacked a lot and shit because of the Daidoji. So he was like, we'll take the orphanage and don't touch the Dojo clan, and I'm gonna take my life for you. And it was a deal. And then Kiryu erased his name forever. For like few chapters until we see him in Yakuza Like a Dragon. But yeah, it was pretty cool. I don't know how many years it was like in game. This is how many years. But yeah, we did not get a lot of the Daidoji or like anything in Yakuza Like a Dragon. So let's just go to Gaiden. In Like a Dragon Gaiden, we see more of how the Daidoji operates. Kiryu is now working under them, taking on missions while being closely controlled. He's given strict rules like not saying his name or identity or whatever, and following orders without any question. And that's for the people who's wondering why even the closest to Kiryu, when they ask him, who are you? He's like, I'm not Kiryu. It's not because like he really means like I'm not Kiryu, you don't know me. He probably don't wanna say that because he's watched, and if the Daidoji learned that he said his name, the orphanage is gonna get fucked up, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing really that talk about the history of the Daidoji itself in Like a Dragon Gaiden, but there was a little story between Kiryu and Hanawa. Hanawa is basically a Daidoji member. So basically, during a mission, Hanawa got captured and Kiryu wanted to go and save him. Yusharino, I don't know, a Daidoji member ordered Kiryu to do not because Hanawa might snitch if he got tortured, so it's better for him to die. Kiryu obviously refuses and went to help Hanawa anyways, and that broke the protocol, so the Daidoji is mad now. And the guy who captured Hanawa, Tsuruno, knew about Kiryu identity, so to keep the deal going with Kiryu and to punish Kiryu for what he did, he was ordered to kill Tsuruno and 25 of the Watase family who knew about Kiryu identity. Obviously, Kiryu did not do that, so Hanawa was ordered to kill Kiryu because Kiryu broke the deal with the Daidoji. Hanawa couldn't do it, not after Kiryu helped him twice, so Hanawa got killed. I'm joking, guys. All of this turned out to be some kind of a test of bond between Hanawa and Kiryu, and Tsuruno turned to have bought Kiryu's services from the Daidoji for 50 billion, and now Kiryu worked for the Watase family for some time, but that created a really strong bond between Kiryu and Hanawa. And just wanna say that my guy Yusha Miro, I think, captured Nishitani III and Shishido and forced them to work for the Daidoji. Nishitani III and Shishido is like really strong characters from Like a Dragon Gaiden story, so damn, we got a crazy lineup here, bro. And after all what happened in Like a Dragon Gaiden, Kiryu got a reward for his services with the Daidoji, and that is to go on a vacation with no set amount of time. But before that, Hanawa shows us the camera footage for Kiryu's grave in Okinawa, in the orphanage. And damn, it's really sad, you know. It really shows what's like Kiryu's situation in that game, you know, mentally. But we're not here to talk about Kiryu, so let's continue and see what Daidoji is doing in Infinite Wealth. So going to like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, we learned that the Daidoji faction has weakened greatly. It's a long story and it's not that important, so basically the Daidoji fall out of power after the Yakuza Dragon events, and it's like have to do with the government of Tokyo and shit like that. We just wanna know that they fall out of power, please. So because of that, they did not have enough agents to send for Hawaii. And why they want to send agents for Hawaii? Because there is a character called Akane Kishida, and she had something with the Daidoji, so they wanted to investigate her. So the Daidoji sent Hanawa and Kiryu and a little bit more of the guys, you know, the NPCs. And there Kiryu reunite with Ishiban Kasuga. Okay, Ishiban did not really have the best memories with Kiryu, but you know what I'm saying? But one really important thing that I did not talk about, I said that Kiryu had a vacation with no time set, and he did finish the vacation before the events of Infinite Wealth, and after that he started to do missions. And after he did missions, he got cancer. Yes, he got cancer. From, you know, he was doing a mission in a nuclear place. I don't know what kind of missions that Daidoji been giving to this guy, man. But yeah, in Infinite Wealth we learned that Kiryu have cancer. Like a Dog Infinite Wealth story did not talk about the Daidoji, but there is something that happened, and that is sadly Hanawa got raided by Dwyer. This fucking, and he stormed the safe house, and Hanawa got shot, and Hanawa died. Hanawa's last message was to convince the Daidoji faction to ally with the Kasuga party later in Japan, but yeah, he was a good guy. And now we are in the most recent point, Yakuza Kiwami 3. I know Yakuza Kiwami 3 took place before all of these games, but I mean, like, they recently changed the ending of this game and forced the Daidoji, and like, okay, that was really dumb. Like, the Daidoji was not, you know, that bad. Even in Infinite Wealth, you know, there was like, okay, we did not really know much about them. But like in Yakuza Kiwami 3, okay, obviously spoilers, Mane jumps out I don't know how many floors building, lands on a bush, survives, doesn't make any sense. And then this guy from the Daidoji, man, appeared out of nowhere and took Mane. And also Mane convinced Kagawa later, so yeah. I see the RGG having like the Yakuza 9 plans for the next game, bro. The lineup is gonna be crazy. Nishidani the third, Shishido, Kiryu, and then we got Kagawa, Mane, and who else, bro? Like, I'm not gonna be surprised if I saw Ryuji or something. But yeah, from the information I said about the Daidoji in this video, they wasn't really that bad until Yakuza Kiwami 3, where they just tried to force the idea of the Daidoji in. I'm not sure if they're gonna continue at it because they got a lot of backlash, but we will see. One last thing, people are speculating that Stranger Than Heaven is gonna include the Daidoji, and it's kinda makes sense because we said that the Daidoji was formed after World War II, and there's periods of time in Stranger Than Heaven that is just like at that time. So I'm okay if they made it like something like not in the main story, like something in the sides where we see like how the Daidoji was created, but like please don't make it the main story, please. Hopefully not. But yeah, that's it for the history of the Daidoji. What do you all think? Are they bad? Are they good? Are they forced? And thank you for watching. Tell me if you all like this kind of videos. And yeah, that's it. See you later.